So the inside of the building also, I think, represents the elegance, making it feel like home. We used very, in a sense, very simple architectural designs here that remind you a bit of some farmhouse windows, like the kinds of trim that's around the side. But we wanted the buildings to have a lot of passive solar gain just from light coming in the windows, concrete floor that helps to absorb some of that energy, but also having shading that can keep the room from getting too hot in the various seasons. All of the wood that you see in this room, both the ceiling and all the trim work, is tulip poplar. So it's the same kind of wood that's on the outside of the building. In this case, it's planed and has a clear coat finish on it. Speaking of finishes, both the clear coat finish and all the paint that you see in here is what's called zero or no VOCs, no volatile organic compounds in them. And so the off-gassing that you often experience in a new building never was here. So these buildings didn't have the new building smell to them, because the new building smell is actually typically a toxin that you're taking in. So the air quality for humans was an important piece in the whole design as well. So the tulip poplar is a regional material that is well represented. Another example of recycled is the actual wallboard or drywall, which is 96% recycled material, and was manufactured here in Indiana. So again, it didn't have to be transported a long distance. The floor tile itself is made of recycled cork and rubber combined together to make a professional quality flooring treatment. So when you have your whole team working together, that means that the interior designer is also paying attention. And so the interior designer was being very astute in picking materials and making recommendations to us as well. One of the things that we came across in the process was what kind of cabinetry should we put in. So here's a little kitchenette. As I mentioned earlier, we wanted cooking and meal time to be in the main building, but having a little kitchenette would also be helpful. So the cabinetry that we chose is made of a rapidly renewable product. Rapidly renewable in the code system is referring to any product that can be regrown within 7 years or less. So the tulip poplar of the outside wood and the trim in here is going to be a 70-year process, so it doesn't fit. It's regional, so that's very good, but if you want it to be rapidly renewable, that doesn't fit. Well, one of the things that does fit is bamboo, but bamboo is not grown around here. But this rapidly renewable product is grown in the region because it's made of sunflower hulls and parts. So at a shelling factory in an area in Minnesota where they raise a lot of sunflowers, they collect all the shells, and that's a fiber, and so they put it together like a fiber board is put together, or particle board, and they use a resin that is non-toxic, and they end up with a board that's very strong. It's harder than oak. It doesn't have the grain of oak, so it doesn't function the same as a tree-grown board, but it serves very, very well in a cabinetry kind of application. So rapidly renewable, grows back every year. It's dealing with a byproduct, or sometimes called a waste product from something else, and so it has an amazing use, and it also fits in the decor.